What if there was a way to gauge how well your social connections are going to support you? Maybe you've listened to this podcast many times and you kind of wondered, maybe you think your friendships aren't that bad. Maybe you think that they can do better. Wouldn't it be great if there was a quiz or something to help you find out? Well, there is. And that's why I'm talking to you about it right now. Just go to patternsofpossibility.com and you'll find my quiz to gauge how well your social connections are going to support you. That's in your personal life and professional life. Aren't you at least a little bit curious? Go to patternsofpossibility.com and take your quiz to find out if they're going to be able to support you when you need them the most. Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In each episode, we'll explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to talk about your own personal recipe for connection. Everybody has a recipe for connection. Everybody has something that they want and that they don't want. They're attributes of people that you like and you dislike, and to pretend or to believe or to try to accept everyone as a part of your recipe is a recipe for disaster. So, I want to know, what are you cooking up? Are you ready? Let's go. Like I said, everybody has a recipe for connection. And if you put everything you possibly can into one pot, you are going to get a disaster. You are not going to get anything delicious that you want to eat. Can you just imagine it? Right? We've got this big pot of oil, some kind of oil, any kind of oil, canola oil. We've got olive oil. We've got grapeseed oil. We've got spices. Take all the spices out of your rack and just put them in there. Put it all in there. And then put all kinds of liquids in there, other things. You've got tomato paste, you've got water, you've got liquids, all kind, milk chocolate, just anything that you can possibly think of. Tabasco sauce, drop it in there. Perfect, right? It's disgusting. It's terrible. You don't want to eat that. Everybody's so creative. There's a TikToker that I watch, and that's her tagline. Everybody's so creative. And she basically rips apart or makes fun of these dishes that seem really disgusting in the way they're made. They're putting all kinds of things that perhaps no one would want to eat altogether. And so we just kind of look at it and laugh. And I think that this is the same idea. This is the idea that I want to share with you, is that you put all kinds of things in there, you're not going to get anything that you really, truly, deeply desire. You're going to get a mess. And it's the same with your connections. It's nice that you want to accept anything and everybody, but you actually have to have a recipe. And if you're going around doing the opposite, constantly declaring what you don't like and what you don't want to everybody and anybody, you're going to have the same kind of problem. Because there is a recipe for it. It's not that you don't want anything, you want specific things. So instead of constantly reminding others what you don't like, what I'd hope you to do is share more of what you do like. Share more of what you do want. That is a recipe for connection. So the healthiest connections, they have common values and common habits. That's what they share. So if you don't know what it is that you want from somebody, it's on you to go out and discover it. Discover the things that you don't like until you find the things that you do. It's like taste testing, right? Taste these spices. I like this spice. I like that spice. I like it on this. I don't like it on that. It's sweet. It's sour. It's salty. The things that you like. Make note of it. Make note of the things that you like. So those are attributes to a dish that you're cooking. But if we were to apply this to a person, they come in the form of values and habits. So it's on you to know what your habits are and your values are, so that you can tell somebody that this is what you want. Don't just accept anyone that doesn't coincide or doesn't connect with you and your values and your habits. You're going to have a bad time. So when you think about things that you don't want or you don't like, there is a purpose for that. We're going through life checking what values and habits we have to see if people also have those values and habits. It's like a matching game. We're looking to match, and we write down our own special recipe for what the right person to connect with is for you. The values, habits, I like to say history, hobbies, and habits. You're able to connect with people more authentically the more of those overlap for you. So what you are looking for are people who will behave in the way that you will behave when it comes to a specific situation. That's how I look at connection. I want somebody who I know that I can trust, and trust is not just I trust them to keep a secret or something like that. I trust them to be themselves, and the way that they are themselves is a way that resonates with me. The things that they would do are likely to be things that will benefit me in some way, or I like them, I enjoy them. I enjoy the things that they do. I expect that they will do those things. And that may sound, oh wow, Lee said they benefit. I benefit from what people do. You do too. We all do. And as soon as you start thinking about that in some way, like thinking about putting these spices together to make a delicious dish as a recipe, putting those ingredients together to get exactly what it is that you want. When you start thinking about your connections that way, everybody benefits. Everybody does. Because you won't be accepting these things into your dish that you don't really like. They don't taste good. They don't flatter your palate at all. Get rid of them. And then those spices can be used for another dish that does complement somebody else's palate. Do you get this analogy here? Because I am being so creative. But the idea is that you want a recipe for connection. You're looking for specific things, specific actions and behaviors in people. You want to openly share those specific actions that you're looking for. And those people who do not live up to those actions and behaviors, it's okay. You can let them go. You can release them so that they can be connected with people that are interested in their own set of actions and behaviors. There's another recipe. We save them for another person who calls for them in their recipe, their actions and behaviors in their recipe. So if you want to connect with others authentically, you have to know what it is that you want, that what you're looking for. You have to be able to communicate that to them in a way that they can understand so that they know exactly what they can do. Do they fit in those actions and behaviors? Can they do those things? Are they capable of those things? So make sure that you know what it is. Just bottom line. What is your recipe for connection? What do you enjoy? Think about this. What do you wish you had more people to talk to about? How would you express that to another person? If you don't know, reach out to me and I'll help you figure out your own recipe for connection. I'll be right back with the Reddit friendship advice question. Are you tired of having boring conversations about nothing that lead to nowhere, that just feel like a waste of your time? Do you want to have deeper, more authentic connections with people in your life? Then skip the small talk and speak from the heart. My name's Coach Lee, and I'm an expert in helping people build stronger, more fulfilling social connections, both personally and professionally. If you're tired of having these boring conversations, then come to my free webinar to learn exactly how to skip the small talk and speak from the heart. Because we had such an overwhelmingly positive response to the webinars for March, I'm going to do it again this month in April. I'll be hosting these webinars twice a week once on Wednesdays and once on Saturdays. To reserve your seat, click the link in the show notes and select the time that works best for you. Space is limited to just 10 people, so reserve your seats sooner rather than later. I'll see you there. All right, now it's time for the Reddit friendship advice question. If you have a friendship advice question that you think I should answer, tag me in it on Reddit. My handle is Brilliant and Resilient. That's Brilliant, the letter N, Resilient. How do I tell someone that I don't want to be their, quote, comfort person? I've tried to post this on another account, but it wouldn't post, so here goes. I've been friends with a girl for over a year now. She has a variety of mental health issues stemming from trauma. When I first met her, we'd hang out once in a while, but we still had separate friends, and there wasn't as much pressure on me to be there for her emotional issues. Over time, I noticed that people have dropped out of her life, regardless of whether it is her fault. She's distanced herself from her friend group. She lives alone. She doesn't have a stable relationship with her family, and most recently, she went through a breakup. As a result, I'm expected to listen to her, help her through her drama. Listen to her and help her through her drama. Over the course of our friendship, she has called me multiple times for, quote, emergencies, which has turned out to be her wanting someone to talk to rather than a life or death situation. Many of them happen to be late at night or very early in the morning. I know I sound selfish, but it's draining to have to listen to the endless drama. I also can't break our friendship due to how it may affect my situation. How do I tell her that I can't be there for her 24/7? She has a therapist. I'm not sure how often they meet, but there is someone outside to support her on her end. Whoa. There is so much going on here. That's why I picked this one, of course. I love the drama. It reminds me of me. I used to be that person, that other person. I didn't really call anybody because I didn't have anybody to call in case of emergencies. But I was that person who just had just a storm of shit happening all of the time. And it was just dramatic. And honestly, I don't miss it. I don't miss that stuff. But I understand the person's shoes. Both people in that point where it's just the Redditor who's like, look, I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to do that. I want to be a friend. I want a friend. And the other person is like, this is what friends do. We talk to each other. You are a friend. You need to listen to me and all of my problems. That's how you demonstrate that you care. Actually, both of them believe that. Are you surprised by that? Both of them believe what I just said. Both of them believe that they need to take care of each other. Well, both of them believe that about this friendship. And I know the Redditor is posting about how they don't want this to be a comfort person. They don't want to be a comfort person. They're trying to figure out how not to do that. But in their current state of beliefs, they believe that they need to be there for this person because they're doing it. They're actually doing it. They're emotionally attached to it. They don't want to let this person go. They don't want to let this person go in some way. There's something that's affecting their relationship or their situation. They were kind of vague about this. I also can't break up our friendship due to how it may affect my situation. I don't know what that means, but there is a belief that the Redditor who posted this needs to stay with the friend who just has emergencies 24/7. They believe that because they're doing it, right? They're trying not to. They're trying to skirt around it. They want to keep the friendship, but they also don't want to be that comfort person. So what the heck does this have to do with your recipe for connection? Well, the reason why I chose it for this is because the recipe for connection is all about talking about things that you do want. You're making a cake, you're making something that you have a recipe for, like food, of course. You're taking the ingredients that you want and you're putting them together to create something that you desire to create, right? So when we look at this in your kind of connections or friendships, or you want to look for attributes that you desire, right? And you want to create the friendship that you desire. And so I'm hearing you say that you don't want to be the comfort person. You don't want that. I'm looking for what it is that you do want and behaviors that you would like to see from them. So this post has been about the focus. The focus has been on the other person. Of course, we're focused a lot on what the person with the emergencies is doing, what the emergencies are, and how it is pretty frustrating for the poster. What I'd like them to do, what I challenge them to do, is to reflect on what it is that we would like to see, specific actions and behaviors that you would like to see from your friend, and how it would impact you in your life, why you want these from your friend, and say, look, it's not that I don't want to be your comfort person. Instead of saying I don't want to, say what you do want, so that they know that they're capable of doing these things. That's the deal. They know that they're capable. So it's like, I don't want to be your comfort person. I'm just going to tell you I don't want to be your comfort person. And in all fairness, a lot of people had commented to that effect. Just tell them. Just tell them, or, just keep pretending. Don't keep pretending that you're okay with this. You have to tell them something. And the something is what you do want. It is what you do desire, so that they know that they're capable of it. And another piece of this is, if you subscribe to the law of attraction at all, or if you've heard of it, it's the idea that what you focus on is what appears to you, is what will be attracted to you. It's a law of vibration or something like that. If you've heard anything like that, it is essentially what you focus on is what you'll find. What you put energy into is what you'll find. And it is a specific situation or a feeling associated with it that will generate from it. So when you say, I don't want to be your comfort person, that is a feeling of frustration. That's a feeling of frustration that you put out there, and you're going to get more of it. You're going to get a lot more of it. Frustration. I don't want to be your comfort person. Instead, we want to turn it around and find joy in the things that we do want. You do want a friend to talk about TV shows with. You do want a friend who will call you only in emergencies. You do want a friend who will text you about wonderful things that happen throughout the day. You do want a friend that is going to ask you about yourself. You do want a friend who wants to spend quality time with you, whatever quality time means to you, right? Express those things to them. Those are joyous things. Express them and watch them. Watch them. If they're not capable of it, it's really easy to try and change them. If they're not capable of it, this is where you say goodbye. This is where you let go. This is where you do not continue to stay hooked and be frustrated with what they do and how they're not meeting your needs. You are empowered. You have the power to decide that you don't want to be in this connection anymore. Whatever the vague reason it was that you said that you couldn't break the connection, you couldn't break the friendship, how it would affect your situation, but you are empowered. You will figure it out. You let go of that situation. You let go of it. Whatever it is, how it's going to affect your situation, go face that new thing. Don't be afraid to face the new thing that's going to happen because the relationship with this friend has disappeared. It's likely that they won't change for you because we don't change for other people. You may tell them these are all the great things that I want to see from you as a friend, and they'd be just like, I'm not doing any of that shit, because they may not be capable. They've got their own swirly shit of stuff happening with them. I know for me personally, I was not capable. I was not capable of doing things for other people, thinking about other people, empathizing, So Redditor, I'm I'm hoping that this really helps you bring some light to your situation. Get some clarity about what it is that you really want, specific actions and behaviors that you want to see from this person. Tell them those actions and behaviors and then watch them. See if they're able to do those things for you. See if they're able to do those things, because what it's going to do is help you understand what they think of you, how they really view you. I think right now they don't even know you as a person. I know that when I was in that situation of the person who just kind of had everything happening everywhere all at once, just that intensity and that life falling apart kind of thing. When I was that person, I recognized that now I recognize that I couldn't do anything for anybody, and I didn't see anybody clearly. I can only see my own stuff swirling in my face. And so this is you telling them, hey, trying to reach over and yell at them, hey, this is me, these are my needs. Hey, these are me, this is my needs. Can you meet them? Can you do anything about them? This is what a friendship is to me. This is what a friendship is to me. And they're just like, I don't, they probably can't even hear you because they're so messed up in their own world. I'm saying these things because I'd like to prepare you and put you in the situation in which now you have to go and step away from this and stop trying to change it. Don't change it. Don't change that person. Work on healing yourself and reflect on, well, if you're trying to change them, what the heck is it that is so important about this? What are you maybe afraid of that you can't let it go? And reflect and do some work there. Redditor, thank you so much for asking your question. I know that you didn't ask me to answer it, but I did, and I hope that it helps. Best of luck to you. Take care. My name is Coach Lee Hopkins, and you have been listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. You can find me at patternsofpossibility.com and on all social media at Patterns of Possibility. And as always, I want to encourage you to be yourself, live your truth, and there you'll make lasting friendships.